Sorry about that. Sorry. Need to go silent the phone. No disturbance. Welcome. Hey, hello, hello, hello. Hello to all of you. How are we doing today? Happy Wednesday. Today I am making graduation sash. Yes, I can go out and buy them, but I think homemade will be somewhat memorable. So I have a pair of grand twins and they just turned 18 last December and graduating in June. So I am requested by the family members that I should make sash for them. As you see that my eye is not even that great. Hold on. Well, I have a sewing machine, brand new, the embroidery back there. Hold on. There. See it? Oh, you see it? Well, I have a brand new sewing machine. Well, not brand new, brand new. I used it a couple of times. Right there. Okay. So I don't know what happened the last time I used it. I misplaced the foot pedal. So I can't use it. I took it out from the box and it wasn't in the box. And it may have been that the rabbit may have ate it. So now I end up, well, I went online, order it, but then that would take a few days. So I have some time to kill. While I'm doing that, I can get a few things done. I'm taking a break from cooking. As you can see, that is a great break because it allowed me to do other things as well. So I'm hand sewing this. So it's a good thing to do hand sewing too because I have real silk. I have real Cambodian silk. Whitney, hello. And hello to all of you. Welcome. So I have real silk, okay? My daughter went out to buy a big piece of sarong. And these are real silk now. These are real Cambodian silk. Okay, we're talking about the kind that they're woven in Cambodia. So I can make outfit out of this. It's beautiful. I can make a whole outfit out of this. Yeah. So this is a big piece of sarong. Okay. So I can make outfit. I can make a blouse that coordinate with it. Okay. So the only thing with the silk is that they it's so frilly because it's hand woven from Cambodia. So it's it's not easy to handle it. Yeah. So I had a skirt in this blue. I think it was in midnight blue. I think this is midnight blue. Let's see how beautiful it is. This is Cambodian textile. Okay. Very expensive. It's some of these are hand woven in the tradition way too. Yeah. Beautiful, right? And then this spot, a triangle spot. And same thing for this one too. This one is a little bit different. So how what I get out of this? Let me show you. So I I do not have pattern for sash. So what I did was that I have to design my own sash patterns. So I used a grocery bag. Yeah. So I did 36 inches from the length, and I have 6x6, and then 3 inches here length, and I only need one. And the things about the sash is that it's conjoined, so I create two folding for the left and right folding. So I only need one pattern. Okay, I have to be proficient about that. So the cutting come out like this. Okay, so these are the red. What I did was that I'm gonna, because actually the school colors that they're graduating from, the high school they're graduating from, I think the color is white, red, and some black. But then because my daughter had chosen the Cambodian style, so it doesn't have to match with the school colors. But what I did was that I will create some patterns and some floral design that symbolic the school colors. Okay. So I have to do a little bit of needle work to put a little floral design or what have I. So I bought a few little cutie things. It's like crystal that I'm gonna put sew on. Okay. So it's a project that I'm gonna spend a couple days designing. Okay, so this is one side of sash already. Okay, so this is hand sew. Okay, because my sewing machine is still out of order because Sally me say hello to all of you. Hello to all of you. So much love, so much respect, and like to welcome you. So today I'm gonna make Cambodian textile sash for the high school graduates. So it's two-way. Okay, two side. So I have to decide which color. I think I'll give one twin the blue side and the other twin the red side. Look, the red side. So see that? I think I like the blue. I think the blue is really, really nice. This part here. Okay, the bottom part here. So because this twin is, I think they're a little bit taller than I am, so I want their sash to come down a little bit. Okay, so if they wrap around the neck, it's gonna come down about there, there. So this is one side only. We need two. To make two, I have to have four. So each of these has two pieces. Okay, has two pieces. How I make my own patterns, measure it out, use my imagination what sash will look like. Okay, so and I design my own size also. It could be bigger sash or smaller sash. It's up to you. I think this will be the standard size right here. What do you think? So I think if we have both sides, it'll be nice. Okay, this is red. So this is real silk. Okay, this is real Cambodian silk. Okay, um, it's beautiful. It's shiny. Look at that. And it had Cambodian symbolic textile right here. Beautiful. Rotav, hello. Say hi to you. Say hi to all of you too. Make sure that you subscribe, like, share, and follow. It'd be nice. And I'll go back and do that. So how do I do this with hand? Easy, right? Because before sewing machine, grandma, grandpa, great aunt, uncle, sew by hand. So that's what happened when I start with the cooking show, with the cooking class. I'm sorry, cooking class, art and craft, and sewing. We didn't have sewing machines, so we sew by hand. And I learned that from mom, aunt, uncle, and grandma, grandpa also. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And you see that, okay? See the shiny. This is the gold tone over blue and red. So I combined the two. Like I said, they're twin, so sometimes they don't like to have same thing. You know, they want their separate, because they have two different personality, two different individual. Sometimes they don't like to match, especially their, you know, the gift, especially the outfit. They don't like those things. Okay, they don't like to match all the time. So to achieve this, I lay the material and pin this to the material. So you can do inside out or outside in, does not matter. What it matters is that when when I sew this part right here, okay, I think I need to reinforce a little bit here. Is that we combine this just like here. I already combined this, the blue and the and the red. So I laid two pieces of material here. Okay, I um I did it on the right side cut. And to achieve this here, I have to combine the two pieces together, which are this silk textile here. It's frilly, so it's why did I not siding it? The reason I didn't have to side it because I do not need to, because I will flip it. I will sew it on the wrong side. Okay, so I will put the two pieces in the wrong side, like I did here. Okay, they're both on the wrong side. The right side would be inside of this. I already start sewing this, almost done with the second part. That one is done. I'm gonna go ahead and conjoin it. Okay, I'm gonna conjoin it here. You can join it here. So to do this, I will sew it from the inside out. Let me conjoin it for now. I will need a blue piece. How do you know which side is right side, wrong side? Well, the right side is always this beautiful design here, easy to tell, and the wrong side is a little messy. Okay. Um, with the Cambodian textile, for me, is easy to recognize because growing up with it. My family used to wave a woven clothing in the day, where we don't have material thing that we can purchase from the stores. So we the older folk make their own clothes. So now I can join this. I'm gonna place it on the wrong side because we need to flip it. This texture here, I mean this manner, we don't have to side it. Okay, if you want, you can, but because I can't do it because my sewing machine is out of order. So when I sew hand to save time, so I just flip the material inside out, sew it. When it's done, make sure that I leave a small space so I can flip it over, just like I did with this here. Okay, here I have a small opening here where I can flip it, and then I will reinforce it later. See? So to achieve this, I have to flip um, the the I have to flip the outside in. That's complicated. Okay, so I have both side on the wrong side here. Okay, so the right side will be inside here. So this is where I'm gonna sew around it. Okay, I'm gonna sew around it. That way I don't have to do siding here because look, it's running. Okay, so I'm gonna place it here until I need it. I already finished one side of it. Okay, now let's begin. Let's finish the one that I left half done. The baby went home early today. Her mom came and picked up early, so it gave me time to get things done. So same thing for these. Make sure that I'm on the right side with this angle also. Okay, it have to match. The angle have to match. So I have to be careful because it easily pull off. Huh. Okay. So both end match the corner here. Okay, match corner here match, and I have both side wrong side out. So I have 8 pieces of individual cut. Okay, 4 red one and 4 blue one, and when we combine it, we sew it and flip it. I have this here. Okay. If you have family members that are graduating, and if you creative like I am, and I know that they don't have sash, if you can get the pattern, you could, but you cannot, then do what I did. Okay, just make sure that this is the bottom of the sash, so it will be like arrow, and then to conjoin on the back of the sash where we're gonna sew 2 pieces here. Okay, so we need to have one end left cut and the other end right cut, and then we have to put them together. Both sides have to match, and once we're done flipping it, we'll sew along the seam and combine the two here. We combine the two, and then you'll have a full sash. Well, this is a cheap way. I have this grocery bag. Okay, so yeah, just iron it and straighten it, and you only need one, or you can make two. Okay, I need one, so I cut 2 at a time. I I I put the material together to flap, and then pin it, cut it. So yeah, I'm not one of those people I have to measure everything, because I feel that I mean, precise cut. I can use my own vision, my own imagination, and without have to do all the marking. It's hard to mark on silk anyway. So the sewing machine are not doing well on silk. The reason I said that, because silk are so difficult to handle. I thought I already thread this, but hold on. Okay, if you're not going to do the sash by the material part, you can do all kind of great idea. Get good bills. Okay, so do all kind of money lay. So this is some of the lay that I did for their elementary school graduation. Let me know if you guys be interested. I can show you how to do money lay. Okay, so this how many dollars are these? I think these are $4. No, hold on. $1, $2, $4 and 1 flower. So I put a little button in between, and then same thing. I can add money to it, and I can add flowers. If you don't have the money, then you do constructed paper will work also. And last time I did about $50 on each lay, or put $100. If you super generous, then do $100 bills. So I did the $2 bills. This I have $1 bills. I went to the bank and asked the bank to give me like a fresh bill, So it turned out nicer. So if you like, comment and send me a message if you want me to show you how to make these beautiful flowers. You can turn this into a bouquet, give it a bouquet, or you can stack them up and make a beautiful flower lay. Okay, so I did that. The kid loves it, and I forgot how to do this because so many years ago I do this a little cap here and tassel. This is a little challenge, but this is a lot easier, and all this origami here is it's a little bit challenged. I do heart also. This little star here is a little bit difficult to do. I don't remember. I did this years ago. I learned it from someone from YouTube also. So I have to give proper credit that I didn't create all this by myself. But this right here, I was able to do it because it's so easy. My adopted daughter, she's good at origami, and she would do all kind of beautiful floral designs. So I learned this from her. Okay, I don't know where she learned it from, but I learned this from my adopted daughter, and she's good at origami, and she showed me how to do these flowers here. So I did that. So this is beautiful. We can do that. Let me know if you'd be interested. I can run to the bank and get some fresh bills. If you're generous, you can do $100 bills. So remember, it's $4 on this for bills. And if you feel like, okay, someone most deserving, you can do $1 bill, $2 bills. I have a few $100 of $2 bills, and I can do that. Also, last time I used $2 bill, it was beautiful. Okay, and I gave up about what, $100 worth of dollar bills. I mean $2 bill. So we can do this also because graduation is coming. There is no other way to give to express our congratulation to the graduate, well, to the graduate of understudy, by showing a little love, a little appreciation of their accomplishment. Okay, so today I'm not doing the flower. I'll have to come back and do this because I have the project that I need to do. Like I said, today we're making Cambodian textile sash. Okay, so I'm finished one side already. So there's a twin, so I need two of this. So let's get to work. I already started sewing. Okay, because like I said, I have a beautiful sewing machine. It's only about 2 years old, and last night I have to go online. I opened the box and I don't know where the charger go, and the foot pedal. I can't work without it. You know what I mean? I thought I did. I thought I oh, I guess so, huh? I'll find it when I don't need it, or I find it before I step on it. Okay, I know I I thread the needle already, but where does it go? That is question. That is interesting question. I will find it because I have thread. I have thread attached to it already. That's what happened with trying to do too many things at the same time. Let me see. No, not that one. Anyway, I can do a new one. So it's so easy. It's hand sew. It take a little bit, but I'm good at hand sew. Sometimes I feel like even have sewing machines. Sometimes I feel like I don't want to do sorry, the reflection. I don't feel like sewing machine, so I do by hand because do by hand allow me to concentrate better. Okay, the machine is great and all, and um, I still didn't get it. Hold on. That's what happened when you over the edge. Oh, I think no, I didn't find it. But anyway, I have my window open and the reflection is terrible. So I get it. I got it. Okay. I know I had a needle with thread somewhere. I have to go hunt for it before somebody step on it and then oh yeah, I found your needle. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and knot on the one side. I'm just single thread only, okay? Because this is not heavy duty, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm gonna go ahead because now I'm sewing from the inside out, and so I have to flip it when I'm done to get the right side in. So it doesn't have to be pretty neat, and make sure that the stitches are not too wide apart, okay? Otherwise it'll create hole. So I'm not too crazy about perfections. Okay, I know how it looks like. It doesn't have to be perfectly matte or be crazy. I'm gonna turn it over because blue on blue gonna make me blind. Okay. The reason I do red and blue because I thought that would be perfect combination for the twin. One would get the blue side up and the other will get the red side up. And I ordered the Cambodian flag design one for them too. I have to go to the major retail to order online, and it's not too bad. It's only about $34 for the Cambodian flag sash. Is pretty nice, you know. I mean, I could have done that, but then uh, I have to use embroidery, and I haven't done Cambodian flag embroidery. I haven't done embroidery. I can do hand, but I haven't tried. The sewing machine I have is it's it comes with embroidery, but I have not used it yet. That would be a great challenge. Yeah. But because it have to be programming, I haven't had chance to read the instruction yet. Okay, so yeah, today that's what I do. We're making Cambodian textile graduation, high school graduation sash. This is gonna go to the twin who are graduating mid June. No, not mid June. Um, the latter part of June, because in East Coast they start school late, so all the graduation are also late. But I think in California, I think they graduate mid May. I think same thing for Las Vegas because um, my my baby mom, her son is graduating on the 27th of May, so the latter part of May, and there'll be a long pause. And then my grandson Brendan, he finished his freshman year. Congratulations to him because the little guy he worked so hard. And then my other grandson Evan will be in high school, and the twin graduating, and one of them going to be in nursing school. And I'm not sure what the other one going to do. I think she might follow her mom's footstep by um by attending the beauty school and become esthetician, do the nail, the facial, the hair. Because her mom's already had establishment and and business in salon business. So I think if one of the girl want to go ahead and already just spend some time in school to get their certificate and still be working already, be making a lot of money already because the mom have the shop. So all you need to do is to get certified in nail technicians or hair or esthetician. The hair sew is not too bad. Okay, it's the reason I have to do inside out because I don't have to deal with little edges here because textile can be difficult to handle even with sewing machine. It's not difficult, but it's not like sewing cotton. It's a lot easier to handle when silk is a little slippery here and there, especially if you're new to sewing world. It would be frustrating because I sew a lot. Before sewing machine, I sew by hand all the time. I mend clothes, I alternate clothing and all stuff like that, and my children will always send this stuff to get alternated. And my sweetheart too, he liked to add zipper to his pants, to the bottom of his pants and alternate. In fact, I think I make a boo boo on one of his expensive outfit, and he's excited when I brought the sewing machine, and he said, "Can you please repair the one that you kind of messed up?" I think I got it too short. I measured it for some reason. I forgotten the measurement, so I think one of his expensive outfit was like high water. I said, "Honey, I'm trying to say, look at Steve Urkel. He got famous wearing all that high water with spandex." He said, "I'm not Steve Urkel." So I said, "I gotcha." Okay. And then so excited. And when I brought the sewing machine from my daughter's house, I left it there because when I moved here, I didn't bring everything here. So he was excited. Said, "Yeah, now you can finish my pants, okay?" And then he opened the box and looked around and said, "I don't see the power cord and the um and the foot uh, and the foot pedal." I said, "Okay." So I went back home to my room to look for it everywhere, and I couldn't find it. I spent like 2 hours looking for it. I got exhausted. I said, I'm done. I want to have him order me a new one. And I think what happened was that before I got this brand new machine here. A friend of mine gave me a sewing machine, a very old sewing machine, not well, it might could have been antique, but then I didn't keep it. I donated. I believe it that I may have put the foot the uh, the pedal inside one of that inside the machine and donated to the good cause. Because a lot of stuff that I have that I don't need anymore, I donated. Okay, but especially clothing, shoes, and thing in that nature, I give it back in a recycling and Goodwills or any kind of secondhand store that sell clothing to make money so that way they can employ people who need job training. My sister-in-law was with Goodwill for many years, and in fact, because she worked there, sometimes she found things that she likes, and she collect a whole bunch of a precious moment. And oh yeah, she collect like 50, 60 of precious moment dolls, the porcelain, and she loved precious moments. So am I, because and then a few years ago, not a few years ago, many years ago, she decided to she noticed that I collect porcelain also, so she gave me all of her precious moment collection, and I was like, oh, good, good. I'm like, my heart was filled with gladness. Now I have a whole collection of precious moment porcelain. I don't have it here. I have it in my daughter's house. I leave it the whole curios for her and all my collectible items. Okay. So now that I'm done with it, okay, I sew around. And I leave a little space for me here so that way I can stick my hand in here and bring out. I have to undo the inside out, remember? Okay, don't worry about the extra here. So when we turn it over, all that will be hiding inside it. And to work on the fine corner, I use the stick to help me with. Okay, poke it gently because this is silk. Okay, this is so sensitive. I'm like, maybe next week when on a given day we can do fashion show on. I wanted to show the guy how some of the Cambodian gaben is one of those original outfit that was worn from beginning of the time. You know, I don't have I don't have all that beautiful jewelry or headdress, but we can do simple jong gaben, which is the fit for men and women. I think it would be nice to dress a man in sarong and gaben. Um, Maybe do something fun. You know what I mean? It's summer and we need to do something fun. See that? See the corner I have here? Okay, we can do something fun. Um, Absolutely. Okay, we don't have to stick with the same plan every time. You get tired. I get tired. Get tired. I don't get tired. That's why I do something different. Don't want to do same thing over and over, the mundane thing. So again, to get the fine point of my sash, which is the bottom here. Okay. I need to mend this. I think I have it running already. Let me reinforce it. I this pointy part here, right here. If I have the same side, if I have the opposition side, I will be able to conjoin this and then and and we can move forward with our project. If I have the wrong side, then I would have to do another one because I have to get the opposite end here in order to conjoin it on the back. So this is the corner here, I think. Yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna iron it to get the definition of it. Okay, so here we go. Let me trace my chopstick and get it out. Yeah. So here go the other side sash. Look how elegant the little drop. Yeah, the droplet. It's so beautiful. Um, where do you get this Cambodian textile? In Long Beach, or you can go online and order it from the Cambodian textile, whoever endorses this. Okay, I have a whole bunch of these sarong in different um silk style design, but mine is rather expensive. I'm not gonna use on sash because it's expensive, like $400 per um, per unit. So here go. I think I have it. Okay. So now I need to conjoin this in the back here. Let me show you. So it's not perfect match, okay? It's fine with me. I'm not about doing all that perfect match. But let me show you. Once I bind it together, it'll have a complete sash already. But I'm gonna add a little bit of a little bit of texture, you know. Okay. Yeah. We'll iron it, flatten it, and then I can add all the accessory that I need. Okay. Um, because the school color is red and white, I think some black too. I can create a little bit of floral design here, or if I ever think that I don't want to distract all this beautiful textile already, I leave it alone. And I have this glitter here. Okay. Maybe I just add it somewhere where it will shine like diamond in the star. Oh, okay. Diamond in the sky. See it? So I have two each, and I have these. I bought this and put a little heart to it. Maybe that's what I should do. Okay, maybe um I can maybe run a little bit of this bead around here. That's a lot of work too, or I can create flowers in the middle of it to give the color of the school representation. Um, but I think this is nice already. What do you think? If I run it, flatten it, it'll be beautiful. Okay. Um, look at that. That's simple. It's not even that difficult. Okay. All it is from the grocery bag right here. But you have to be creative though, I mean, solving all that. We have to be creative about it. Okay. Or you can order online. They I know that they have pattern online um, that you can order. Okay, but if you order, you're waiting for the pattern to come in the mail and go get your material. By the time you're done, the graduation will be over from some area. So I started early, so I'll get this out of the way. I think it's beautiful already, and I think I like it because their gown is in red, so this will stand out in the red. But then the one that's gonna have the red side of it, it's gonna be cover red over red like that, say for this beautiful glitter here, the gold tone. Okay, so when I iron this or flatten it or be straightened, then pretty much it's done. Okay, unless you want to see um I don't know, I might add some money into it. I think that would be nice. That would be busy, but I like people to be able to appreciate the true textile, the Cambodian textile. Okay, the real silk. I love it too. I would love if somebody ever thought of me doing this wonderful stuff for me. I would like, thank goodness. but I have not got one yet. When I graduated from college, um, oh yeah, when I graduated from college, I got a lot of money, uh, floral, the bouquet of a lot of money, and the and the lei. I think I spent it all. Yeah. It's too tempted, you know. I mean, you ever keep the money around, somebody gonna come and get it anyway, so it's gonna be disappeared. Might just well, it disappeared by me. And then I got the heart here, the pink and the red. So I'm gonna put it there to give love to my twin. And if they're watching right now, they'll be dancing with joy. And then I have this little crystal here on each side. I got two different designs. So I bought a lot of other stuff too, but then oh no. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Do I have to go hunt for the other one? Shoot. I think it's in the bag. Oh, there we go. So I have two of each, so that because I'm gonna like put it somewhere here. I think blinky, 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 you know, and then follow with the heart, purple and the red heart from their grandma. A lot of love, you know. And I don't know who else graduating this year. If they see me doing this, my phone might be ringing soon. Now I want one too. So the money is great. Okay, I might make two like, but they only gonna get two sash already. The one that I have my daughter order was the Cambodian flags. It's beautiful. It's very cheap, like $34. All that work and the price of textile. Like I said, this textile costs hundreds. You know, especially that big. This is called gaben. Gaben is like it's the longest textile. Okay, let me show you what I'm saying. So it's many yards. It's almost like Suri, you know. I don't know how many yards these are, but this right here, um, I can make outfit out of it. I can make beautiful blouses, beautiful blouse matching sarong. Okay. The kaben, the one that I'm talking about would be where where the where I think we'll do fashion show one day. Okay, I have my sweetheart be the model and I would dress him. Okay, so yeah, this will be perfect for Gaben. Okay, so I think it'll be fun, right, to learn a little bit of Cambodian culture. But I wanted to make him Cambodian shirt. Maybe that's what I should do. So, well, this is the Gaben, okay? This is the Gaben. You see all the Cambodian classic dancer and all the sexy men posting for Uncle What, and that's how they dress. See that? Okay, so get a shiny belt. And I remember when my adopted daughter she taught dance class the classical dance class, the Apsara dance. Used to dress these all the time, so I know how to dress this thing. Okay, so yeah, so this around here is huge. Yeah, so it's beautiful and smell the silk. But you know what? The sad story to the all the silk product is that the silkworm have to sacrifice their life for all these expensive textile. I know you're not gonna like it, but either we kill the tree or we kill the bird or we kill the bees, we kill something to make something out of it. You know, I mean it's it's all about sacrifices for something. So I would hand I would I would hand stitch this and conjoin it together like these. So this would be the backdrop, just like the master degree backdrop of this sash. Okay, it's gonna hang something like that, right? Something like that. So there you go, perfect. I like the blue. I think blue stand out really nice. Okay. And I like the doublet. I think it's so cute. It's a gold tone doublet over the blue silk. And look at the textile. Look at the flowers. Let me see. I can't really tell, but then if it's so beautiful though, look at that. I mean, all that complicated design right there. See that? Miss Cece, how are you? Thank you for coming on. Oh, the headband, my headband is black, and then I just, Lucy, she loves to dress me. She bought me a few of this glitter, she makes sure that I'm blinky blinky. So every time I'm online, she loves it when I wear the thing that she gave me. And in fact, she gave me this jean that like rose, um, blinky blinky diamante that matched with her. Gotta love Lucy. Whatever she orders, she want one for me too. So thus far, the sash is done. Okay, it's so simple. I know I ripped my, um, I think my elbow want to breathe. I think I'll keep it too because we have broken jean. I know we have um broken uh blouse before. I think it'll be historical design. Okay. Um, I love denim. Okay, I can dress from head to toe denim. So my whole closet, I have nothing but jean blouses and jean. And I love old jean, because it's so comfortable. I it just so easy to slip on and just go. No formality. Okay. So I got one sash done, not quite done. Okay. I still have to add a few things to it, like I showed you earlier, all the blinky blinky and this heart here. Okay, so before I do that, I have to iron. I have to put enclosure, the little opening that I left it there, to flip it over, to flip it to the right side, and so and give a nice irons and to flatten it to give a definition of a finished look. By far, this is the Cambodian Textile Graduation Sash. Simple and simple. Okay. And I still have one more now. Okay, I remember I'm making this for the twin, and unfortunately, my sewing machine. I think I'm a genius. I don't know where the foot pedal go, and my sweetheart ordered already, but it won't be here until a few more days. So I thought that would be fun to come on here and show you guys how to do this. Okay. I mean, if you're interested, okay, if you're creative, if you're creative, then go right ahead. It doesn't have to be Cambodian textile. It can be any design, any color of the kids' school, okay, or mascot. It'd be fine. But because the Cambodian textiles are so valuable and so meaningful to our community, to see a child wearing something represent the country emblem, it just make us feel extra proud, to see younger generation indoors and partaking of the cultures, and it's a needy thing. So I already have my sash turned inside out. So when I flip over, will be on the right side in. I'm right side out. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some needle here so that way I will match it. I could have done both red and both blue. I could have done that also, but I thought that would be nice to do a binary color. So I have both ends that have to match. Okay. Hand sew is not as quick, but it can get things done. You you have to be able to enjoy the handiwork and the crafty work. I mean, yes, the sewing machine can do all that, but the fundamental skill is where you be able to do this by hand. Just just knowing that how our great grandparents do all those um, sew all those clothings and make beautiful French um, laces, especially the French laces. I watched this lady online who did the French laces, I mean, that's too much for me, I don't know if I can handle that. I can knit something simple or sophisticated design. I have to turn over because blue is my blind color. So I don't know if I can handle all that, I mean, to sit there days and months just to try to get just one simple project. But then but French lace is expensive because they genuinely handmade and um, have you heard of French laces? They're expensive, just like doily. I mean, a doily it's no comparison to the how the laces are made. Those are I don't know. I would say the same thing people would say to me, I don't have time for that. I'll say the same thing for the French laces makers, and I don't have time for that, because it's tiring to see them because the French laces can um, make out of gold threads and very tiny gold thread, just like the thread I'm doing now. It's not big yarn like what I'm doing, and get it done quickly. How are you, Miss Cece? Hey, thank you. I I created a new YouTube channel called Vanna in TV. Make sure that you follow. Okay, those are going to be different. I won't be cooking in that channel. Will be just the information and community informations and just a thing that we do in the daily life. I just started it. Um, I it's kind of pretty good turnout already. I have couple hundred follower already. Um, and the reason I do that because cooking, I can add so many things into my cooking show, and people started to question why you do so many things in your cooking show. Because if you read the description, I said that's what I'll be doing. So I'm doing it exactly. But it would be nice to separate some of the things that I do beside that will not interrupt my cooking channel. So I created a new channel called um, Vanna in TV. If you curious about it and wondering what I'm doing on that channel, please click like and subscribe. I appreciate all that. Believe me or not, my grandkid and my children don't know how to hand sew, and that because they didn't grow up at the time where the craft class offered in high school. In 1980, when I first came to America, um, they're still teaching typing class, cooking class, sewing class, and then and those programs are taken away. All the fundamental life skill are taken away. That's kind of shameful. I remember when um, driver training and life skill classes and then family life classes where kids learn about human productive system. Now they say, oh, you don't teach kids all those things. They don't need to learn those things. They will discover it. Yes, they will discover it somewhere else. They better learn about birds and bee early, so that way they don't try to go explore somewhere else. So those are some of the quality class that we learn in high school. I think CC can back me up on that, right? I mean, in the time like mid 1980, I don't know, because I came to America in 1980, latter part of 1980, actually, like in August when school just started it. And I was already 17 years old, and I didn't speak a word of English, so I didn't really know what's going on a whole lot of that whole year, trying to learn how to speak English. And they thought that, well, put me in art and craft class. You don't need me to speak too much language. So I was wrong, I mean, they put me in cooking class first period. Yeah, thinking that I can bypass and don't have to speak the language to learn all those um, important skills. Well, I can't read, so I didn't do much. I think they just passed me with C or for just perfect attendance because I never miss a day. But I show up for class though. I don't know what's going on in the class because even it was hands on. When your classmate who they broke us up into groups when we cook something, and we're supposed to help our group cook and prepare the meal, prepare whatever, the recipe. I'm just sitting there, look like a dummy, and when I look back, I'm like, man, um, what happened was that those time where classroom was predominantly the mainstream culture, I don't want to be black and white, but let's say mainstream culture, and you probably know what I'm talking about because in Stockton, California, there's an area called Lincoln District. Those are like very exclusive district for upper class folk, and they live in like a beautiful area. Their homes are magnificent, so beautiful. I used to just drive in the neighborhood and dream about owning one of those homes, like, oh my goodness, look at all those Tudor roof surrounded by oak trees and swimming pool. I used to dream about it, and like, one day, and yeah, so it was a wrong place anyway, to be um, in that school. But the school also, I think I talked about this before. I think school also wasn't ready for the large influx of the Asian folk that coming into Stockton, because like I said, all the refugees were dispersed throughout United States. But then you cannot separate the cultural people. They have to reach out and be with the people. That's what happened. All those people were in Minnesota, somewhere else, Utah, and throughout the state where the sponsorships are, the sponsors at, and they go with the sponsor and in the snow and in the rain, and these people don't know all that. For me, I land in Stockton where there's no snow in Stockton for sure, and there's agriculture community, but we don't have land. And first, we have to break through the barrier by learning the language and the cultures and get employment and all that, because the refugee settlement program only the welfare through the welfare they call refugee settlement program that was allocated by the government fund to bring the refugees to with their transition into the mainstream culture or country is to allow them 18 months of benefit, and then they have to work um, from that point on, you know, and that 18 months was, a year and a half. It was not, it was, it was not that great. Okay, so I learned to speak some basic English like about a year, you know, to take like crash course of English. So I had about 3 classes of English as second languages. I think I talk about that. Mr. K, he's Chinese from Malaysia, and he loves us. he was hard on us, but then when in his classroom, he 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 would not allow us to speak in our native tongue. He would encourage us to speak to each other in English only, and it was like crash course. And it was not just Cambodian though. We have refugees from Vietnam, from Laos, and as many of you know that refugees from Laos are not just Lao speaking people. They are other minor other groups called the Mien, the Hmong, the Lao Tung, the Lao Luo, and like 15 other minority group from the country of Laos. And how did the American government deal with us? Not much, you know, just hand it to the sponsor and let the sponsor take care of it. And for those who remigrated from another state, they left their sponsor. They they came there on their own, and because California has such a great welfare program, you know, for people with disability or people with minors. So the government will help out until they're able um, to get a job or get their job training, stuff like that, or or get job training and employment and learning the languages. And adult school in California was amazing because the program worked, allow adult to attain the secondary substitute secondary education. It's where my mom and my dad, not my mom learned her English from church. I remember church used to open the classroom and just teach English. That was so kind of church. That's why I joined the church. When I first came, there was no support system, and my sponsor was my uncle, and my uncle he's not American, so it was a little bit different. We were able to communicate okay, but it was not like American mainstream where they they do above and beyond to assist like all my church friends and help with transportation. They take us grocery shopping, they take us camping, and take us to church on Sunday. It's great. Those are the things that we need when we first came, because we don't have those support. We came on the plane through immigrations, um, on the bus to where you need to be, or exit plane to where you need to land, and that's it. Here sponsored, and and for those who don't speak the language and they have American sponsor, they cannot communicate. And then the sponsor were trying to put them to work already. Some have farms. Some of the sponsors who have farm that were perfect for the Cambodian, because we came from the agriculture background, so any farming will be great. And then and the sponsor would be the person responsible for get them job, get them housing, get them all the social service they need. The sponsor don't have to pay for anything. All they need to do is just to make sure that these families are being um, receiving assistance that they need, or for those generous sponsor would give them land, or rent the house for them and make sure that the kid get to school, and that the parent get attend some learn the language and eventually get employment. And when they heard about the California rush, just like the gold rush, hey, California is the best place, the sun always shine, and the agriculture's community. So then they heard about California, and everybody moved to California. Believe it or not, what I mean? By the end of 1984, there's like 30, 40, 50,000 of refugees from the three countries, the Lao, the Cambodian, the Vietnamese, the Hmong, the Mien. They all came to Stockton. And yeah, and the government said, oh, we don't know, we're with these people. And then the agency created a charter house, have to give to Judith 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 Carpenter, I think it was her name was, and she's part of the escapade. No, I'm sorry, part of the church where um, she loved the people though. Judith, I know her many years, and but she suffered like 30 something years of serving the refugee with the grant and with the services she provides. She be able to secure with the government grant and provide with classroom setting, social service setting, and provide all the language and interpreting services for free of charge to the family. And I used to work with her too. We called Charter House. In fact, I found one of my old friends that used to networking with Charter House. So she requested me on Facebook. I can't remember her name was like her name was Wivet because uh, and I can't remember where I met her. So I finally sent her a message and she said, yeah, we met when I was at Charter House with um, Judith Carpenter. No, I could be wrong. But her first name is Judith. Um, and she ran the program for so long, and at the end of her life, I think she passed away from cancer. And bless her heart, I mean, it's Judy did such a great job in the Asian community. I didn't work for Charter House. I worked with a community organization named Opportunity House or um, Center for Positive Prevention Alternative, where my my boss would get the grant and allow me to implement the services to the community. So I work closely with the school to help parents deal with the children's academic and deal with the truancy. This is a time where the second generation, um, the kids that feel like they need to belong, and this is the time where kid exploring the language and the cultures and dealing with discrimination and dealing with the culture crash, and they started to form a little gang, a little group. They consider themselves like a gangster, like Little Rascal and that shitty stuff that they started it. But Cambodian have their own, yeah, their own group also, and a lot of them got in trouble. A lot of them got killed. A lot of them got sent to prison. And I play a major role in help um, educating and communicating with the system, with the court, with the probation, with the police, with the school. So I advocate for so many way, working with these people was like never tired of it. It's always from child protective services to adult protective services, from probation, from juvenile detention, from police juvenile, of it all. And I think after I graduated from high school, my English was not superb. I think my English escalated excellencies when I started working in the community, and then I started learning new languages also beside English. So in order for me to provide the service that we need require in the community, so I have to learn a few languages so that way I can provide the services eloquently. Um, that was the beginning shining life of my time where I really actively involved in serving as a community advocate and ambassador and liaison worker and name it. I've been there and done that, and that's why Stockton, California is always going to be my home, my sentimental, my it because it means so much. When I moved to Las Vegas, so many cried and commented that how are they going to make it without me being there to advocate. I learned how to do self-direct and taught them how to utilize the online interpreting services and that taught them about their right and that if they were to see a specialist or medical service or service provider by law, they have to provide interpreting for them. So the interpreting is free to them. But the service provider will have to pay for the interpreting services, so they can get on the phone and will be they either hired me to do the job or they put someone else in contract to do interpreting. So that's what happened. So so even I moved here to Las Vegas the last 5 years. I still have people be calling me every day. So the point where I used to work with this agency, and when I moved here, I was still able to work remotely from home outside the state. All I did was online services and on the phone and virtual call. That worked so well until they opened up again and they said that I need to be in the office to work. I said, no, I'm not going back to California. I just moved here. I cannot go back unless unless I because I already gave up my place and everything. So I and they let me go. So now I found other purpose. So that's why I have time to do all this. If I'll be working full time, I won't have time to do all this. Okay. So that was really nice. My boss still calling, still we still we still at good good outstanding. But she mentioned that if I were to return, position is waiting for me. It's upper position because she get ready to retire and she just can't find a fit person to take over the organization. Because I used to run the organization for a few years, acting as the interim executive director when she took years of medical of medical leave. So she know that I know how to run an organization. So at one point, the position will offer, but I can't really go back. I like here. I start my new chapter here in Las Vegas, and there's gonna be a lot of sacrifices to have to go back. And my mom, she's aging, and I don't really have to drag her along. In fact, but most of her kids in California, I might have a whole lot of support there too. But it's too much. It's too much to sacrifice is when we move away from our family. I start a new chapter, a new relationship, not a new relationship, a relationship, and it's not fair. Just get up and move. So it's not worth my mentality. So I just say thank you. I have to decline the offering, but it's good to know though. That that I'm valuable and resourceful and that the trust is there. It's not easy to run an organization though because the organization, the nonprofit organizations under 501c3 is tax exemptions. Okay, so it's it's operated by donation, by grant, by philanthropists and all that, and we have to provide the services that based on the project and objective, and um, we have to seek grant, we have to do fundraising, we have to do the RSP, request for the qualifications and send in the grant proposal, have to work with the grant proposal writers and come up with the strategies and all that. So it wasn't easy. Um, but it's not a money making uh, entity. Nonprofit organization basically is a grant entity. It's where you don't get taxations basis the regular entity where you make money, and just like the banker, the business, the store, and so forth. And those are the entrepreneur where you make money and you pay tax base. And nonprofit organization basically are the grant from the entity, like the government, just like Susie Coleman and all that. We get a lot of Sarah Foundations and all those wonderful people that support the program in the Asian community. I'm grateful for them because they're so generous. Without them, we wouldn't even have organization, and because the agency's been in the community for 30, 40 something years, so they are known to serve and provide services to the community. So when we do grant, they know that we are solid, so the grants always be granted. Sometimes we do what you call it, subcontract, mean that the grant are given to us, and then for those who did not get the grant directly, they'd be subcontract with us. We'll be the lead agency and working to oversee both agency, stuff like that. Those I'm familiar with. But here in Las Vegas, somebody had wanted to start a nonprofit organization, and this entity are not easy to start. First of all, you're gonna have to have the plan what you're gonna do, and if your demographic people are not in the scope the government needs, and you're not gonna get the grant. And what it is that you're serving people with health, education, what have you. Okay, so I'm done sewing around, so I'm gonna go ahead and flip it. Remember, I have the right side in, so now I'm gonna flip the right side out. Remember that I don't have to do siding or nothing because all that gonna be hiding in here. So I have my stick here. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the pointy part of my project here. So this will be that edge where I'm gonna conjoin later with another piece. So I'm just gonna go ahead and flip it over. It might be a little bit confusing when people are not familiar with this kind of sewing, because it takes a little bit of understanding, but it works. You see that? I don't even need a sewing machine. I can get a project done. It may not be as quick as expressive expression. No, be so express, like you get things done. But it's manageable. It's workable. I mean, it started with all this hand sewing. The knowledge came from human. All the sewing machine is created by intelligent people. To make the machine. Ooh, I got one needle here. I have to get it out. Hold on, please. Where is that? Here we are. Here we go. I have one needle here I didn't remove. So I have another half, and then I should finish with the project, and then I can start adding the accessory. The accessory is easy. Okay, I can send you guys the short, and you can see that on the short for that. Okay, it's so simple, and it's efficient, and pretty, and cultural represented. But my grandkids, I have Filipino and French though to add all that. And I hope that the Filipino side of family will thought about doing something to represent the culture. I'm just representing the Cambodian culture here. I can do Filipino too, but I have to go out and gather all the material to make that work. So there you go. I turn it inside out, and this is the right side out. So both sides are serviceable, like I said, because they're twin. So I'm going to do one sash with the blue, and the other for another twin. I'll do the red, so that way they will not fighting. took mine and said, no, mine's red, yours blue. You know, the twins love each other daily. Very rarely they love each other to the bones. But there's time when I saw them fighting, I'm like, I'm standing back like, go ahead, girl. You want a matching box, a boxing glove, you know? Because when it happened, I stay away and let let the girl uh, express out their feelings. You know, you don't want to get involved with people business. So I learned that. But the twin loves me. Um, they were sad because I wouldn't be able to attend their 18th birthday because, as many of you know, that I stuck with baby. And in order for me to be free, mom and dad have to take days and week off so that I can travel. Now, with this time, I request a few days off so that way I can still be with attend their graduation. And I can't miss it. I miss this. The rain gonna pour on my head like dog and cat. So you know, it's their um, special accomplishment in their life. And that as grandmother, you know, I make sure that my supports are always be lending to them. So you got an idea, right? I mean, if you're gonna make this sash and go and spend a little bit money on getting your project, your material, you don't have to do Cambodian textile or silk or anything complicated. Okay, if you're gonna do the flag, then you can cut it in a way that you can put them together and like I said, I carved this out from the grocery bag. Okay. I run it and simple as that, all right? And then this is the edge. I fold it. So this is right edge. This is the left edge. So I double the layer of the material. So I cut 2 of each. And you can do the same color, or you want to do the the cultural flag or the culture's colors or this kid school color or the mascot, then you have to be creative. But this is the basic pattern for the sash, and you decide. But this is 36 inches long from the end here to there. And easy, right? I mean, if you can order this online, you could if you have enough time to do so. If it's not, okay. So basically, that's all you need. Okay, this little pair bit here, triangle, okay. And then um, easy to do, just to match this corner here, okay. And then you have perfect folding, perfect precision. Same thing on this side. Yeah. So we give us the edge here, yeah, and the edge there. See, simple, right? Easy. It take a little bit of time, but then it just the thought that really the thought and the times that put into this, and this is something that they can keep this for a long time. Right. So I got one that I need to attach on the back here, and it's ready to go. This blue. Elegant, right? You want a smaller than this is this 6 by 6, so 6 cross and 36 on length, 36 width. And here I think I did about 3 inches here on both sides here, 3 inches in length. And then for the other twin, wear her red like this, or she can flip it over in the back and just have a bright color like that, right? I can do that too. Would be nice. And that's more elegant and professional. Okay. And then I add the rest of the little pieces here. Okay, the heart and the glitter. And I'm thinking about adding a sew on flowers here and there just to give some accent to it. Or depend, okay. See what I can do. I think thus far, I think this is very nice representation already without disturbing, without all that extra. Okay, I think it's very, very cultural representative representation. I'm sorry. So remember, okay, this is a standard, no, my standard thigh measurement, which is 6 inches here, and here I think I narrow it, so it's I did about start with 6 here, and I think from here is about 5 inches, and then about 4 inches, so it narrow, like, see that? So it's not straight, so it have to be narrow. See it? So we slim it down toward the top, just to keep the nice positions. Or you can do the flat, and you do flat also. You know, it's just gonna be same size overall, but the sash does not work that way, because when you wrapped it, it's gonna be slim on the top and 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 extended in measurement on the bottom here. I think that's pretty nice. What do you think? Let me know. See, you like it? All right, my love. I know that I've been here for a little bit. I'm gonna lock you guys off, and I'm gonna finish this and send you guys the final countdown for this. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and put attachment to this. If I have time, I might do a little bit of work, but there's a lot of work too. I don't know if I'm gonna do all that. Okay, so I still have to close the opening here, close it up, iron it, give it precisions and smoothness. Okay, and and add all the extra, or I might add some dollars in there with this floral design here. Okay, if I feel like it, or I can do a separate floral lay, graduation lay also. All right, but there we go. So this idea came from my daughter, my third daughter. She's the one that financed this silk textile here. I know that it costs a lot of money to get the full length of textile. I think that's about $200 worth of textile on each color. Okay, so I only need this much, probably about that much, to create one sash on two different sarong. Have the blue and the red. So the rest she want me to make something else for her, so I have to design the pattern for that. Okay, so all right, so it look pretty good already. Okay, there you go, we're done. So I have one more to do on this here, and then we set to go. So this is unsold. This is sold. I need to sew that too. Oh, I think this is one of my favorite jean. I think you see it faded, right? So today I put a hole into it. I think I work out too much, and I think I gained a little bit muscle there. So it's like, just kidding. I did not work out that too much. Okay, I worked the glute and the ab, and the the ab machine, it does require me to hold down the weight. I did about 35 pounds. I have to go easy on my back because I injured my back years ago. But that doesn't stop me from being physically involvement. Anyway, so like I said, I just started a new channel called Vanna TV on YouTube, and if you'd be so kind to stop by and check out what I'm doing on my, well, thank you, appreciate that, CC, appreciate you. She always ahead of games. I love Cece. She's my moderator. I met her online, just like I met all of you. And then she noticed that people bullying me endless. They send me they because when I concentrating on ingredients and concentrating on not chopping my own finger. So I never look up to read the what people comment. It could be nasty. Some people are just like born to be the nasty what do you call it, bully. They call themselves cyber bully or troll. They just come online and just be nasty as they can be, or to be just kid that just like that never been taught manners. But then when we visit the channel, they weren't kid. They were just like an old fart head. Like they got nothing else to do. So CC came along and she volunteered. She volunteered and and if she see anything that she didn't like that they while I'm busy doing thing cooking and stuff like that, and she will go ahead and just like send this guy out of the channel, like friendliness and just like without saying goodbye, you're like oh and yeah, so shut them down. So I really appreciate her. I haven't had so much issue on my TikTok, and though so I can't read, so but most of my TikTok followers are pretty decent followers. They just scroll, to like, hey, bye, say hi, bye. The people who follow me, and I saw that as result too. I had every day I had a few miss five, a few to 10 followers on on TikTok, which is nice, and I really appreciate that because I do return the same favor. Okay. All right, it's getting late already. I have ingredient I want to cook, but I want to do this because the graduation is coming. I want to do this sample just in case you'd be interested on creating sash for graduation, uh, for high school graduations or even college. I mean, it would be nice because sash it does not limit to to the graduators. You can be from kindergarten when you have to do the size. You just make a smaller size. It work too. Just use imagination. This is all about creations. Okay, it doesn't have to be super super sophisticated. It can be something as simple as this. Look at that. It's not sophisticated. Once it's done, it's gonna look sophisticated because it's done right. So especially when it's out of this expensive textile, it's gonna be great. But you don't have to be anything expensive. Find something that fit in your budget. Add color. If it's blue, do brown, do whatever it is, and sew them together, stitch them together. That's all it is. As long as it had that narrow, from the top down, and uh, that little, what you call it, a little pyramid on the bottom, and you're cool. You know how how simple could it be to create this? Look at that. It's just like arrow. If you're driving, the left turn, right turn, that's arrow right there. See that? All it is just, make it slim cut. And sew them together and iron, and there you go. You have sash. Well, you know what to do it, don't like it, and that's the end of that story of struggling. But I like struggling. I like challenge. That's why I'm doing this myself and create all this. So when I look at the sash, let me see. First of all, I said, it's gonna be complicated, and I'm like, no, it's not complicated. Look at that, how simple that was. So that's what it was. So I said, well, first I said maybe I'll put the printing paper together, and then when I sit and pondering, this is what I do when I'm thinking, concentrating, and then I walk into the pantry and I run into the grocery bag. I said, oh, this will work. Yeah. Or if you want to, I can ship this to you. You can do it. Yeah, you can do it. You can make it. Okay, just make sure that the other edge has this triangular cut here on both sides, and you need to match it, just like I did here. What I need to do is to match them. But you have to make the opposite end though. If you have the same end, you won't be able to match it. So when they sew together, it'll be in this format here. It'll be attached together like this, and this one will drop to the back of our shoulder. Very simple, my love. Okay. But if you're not that creative, you say, I ain't got the time, I don't know how to do hand sew. Yeah, I heard ya. Well, go online, order one, okay? Or do with the money, like that's what we need to do next week, okay? That's all it is. So that simple as that, okay? All hand sew today because my genius, I think that the rabbit may have ate it because Mama, the rabbit ate everything, the cord, the shoe, the carpet, the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if she ate my 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 pedal and the cord because it was down when I do the sewing. But I can't blame on the creature. She's gone now. And she went across the street and somebody ran over and that put my daughter and my grandson. Everybody was in mourning for weeks, and they have her cremated it and make some sentimental memory of. It's kind of sad. All right, I'll let you go, Cece. Thank you for your time. Again, I appreciate you coming on here. Appreciate you always. Love all of you. Love and appreciate all of you. Thank you for the heart. Until I see you next time.